Hi, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about traveling during my pregnancy journey. So far I've been on 2 trips. I went away in May and I also went away in June. And they both been to Barbados. I go there a lot because I go for business conventions and I have family and friends there. So most of the time when I'm traveling, I do go there because it's just a lot cheaper for me. I have a place to stay, food to eat, and you know, it just works out. So I went in May for just about 5 days, and the trip was really cool. It was a nice trip. However, my eating schedule was off because I went to a business convention, and the hours of the different activities that we had to do were all over the place. So sometimes I would get home really late, but I would be starving. We had a party one night. I was starving after that. And another time we had one of our sessions and I was just hungry. So I was really hungry, and for some reason everything that we got was a lot of like fried fish, a lot of fried stuff. So and when you're traveling, you should really make sure you have like a good eating schedule, because you don't know like what can happen. Like I should have packed foods, but I really didn't, and it messed up my schedule. I was hungry, my stomach was twisting all around, and it was just really kind of annoying. I didn't throw up though, so I was good with that, but I just always felt really hungry, and my stomach just always felt empty. Other than that, the trip was nice. I had a blast. It was over too short because it was only 5 days, and plus Jetblue messed us up on the way because of failure engine. We ended up diverting to Fort Lauderdale, and then we had to, they said 1 hour we would be in the airport. It turned out to be 6 hours. They sent another plane. They sent a smaller plane at that, and so the seating arrangements were all messed up. That took another hour. Once we got on the plane, they said they had to change the tire. I mean, craziness. There's certain things that happen out of your control when you're pregnant, but I was just outdone with JetBlue, and long story short, they gave us a $300 credit, so I ended up using that credit in June to go away to have my last like me time before I become a full-time mom. Oh, let me say this. On the way to Barbados, the second trip in June, the turbulence was so crazy. I mean, it was turbulence the whole ride, and I was so nervous. And then I was at the end of my second trimester, coming back home into my third. So I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't worried because I read a lot about you know, when it's good to travel. They always say traveling your second trimester, and traveling in your third trimester is safe up until your 36th week. So you have the last 4 weeks, you definitely don't want to go anywhere because anything can happen. And if you're high risk, you definitely don't want to travel at all in your third trimester. So I'm not high risk, and I read a lot, so I was fine, and I just stayed prayed up. I prayed, and I just knew that God would get me there safely and back. However, you know, you have people that tell you, oh my God, it's not good to travel while you're pregnant at all. They say at all, don't travel at all. And then you have others that are like, oh my God, aren't you almost due? And they're like, well, one lady told me it's not good to travel on a plane while you're pregnant because the baby loses oxygen in the womb. And I'm like, you know, I already booked my flight. I'm going. I prayed about it. God is going to see me through. And the turbulence on the way was just crazy, but I made it there safely. And then the first day, I don't know if my heat was trying to adjust to the weather, but I was just always hot out there no matter what happened. And where I was staying was no AC, so it was just fan. So you could imagine how that Caribbean heat and no AC where you're staying, just a fan. I had that fan blowing in front of my face all over my body every single day. So I know they probably glad I'm gone, because I know that electricity bill went up high because I was there, because I just was always hot and I felt nauseous. And I don't know if it's because I was going into the 3rd trimester making that transition, but my body was going through some changes and I was just always hot, feeling nauseous. I would start eating like good meals too, good Bajan food. And I would have to stop eating, go lay down, and then wait for the nauseousness to pass and then get back up and eat it again, because I wasn't letting that food go to waste. So and then I did a maternity shoot. So I was at the photo studio and I got really hot. The photographer, she was putting a wrap on my breast. She was talking about her pregnancy and how at the last few her last trimester was a little bit shaky and she got really sick. She got to get rushed to the hospital, blah blah blah. And I started to get really hot and lightheaded. And she sat me down. She took these big fans and blew it on me. She asked me if I wanted any water. I drank the water. I don't know if the water upset everything, but at the end I just ran back in the bathroom and I threw up. And I kept throwing up nonstop. And I said, this is so embarrassing. I'm at a photo shoot and I'm here throwing up. She said it's okay. She understands. This is what pregnancy is like. This is what you're gonna go through. And I was just thankful that she was understanding, and I just kind of cooled off, and me and my boo, we finished the photo shoot. And even though I did have one more episode where I had to sit back down and cool off. The pictures I'm going to show you is from a photo shoot that me and my boyfriend did on the beach amongst ourselves. So I'm going to put those pictures up, and that's it. You know, just make sure that when you're before you travel, pack a lot of foods, a lot of snacks. We did pack snacks, but you want to pack some hearty meals, because you just never know what can happen out of your control. So you just want to be prepared, and pack some good meals, maybe some sandwiches or anything that's hearty. If you're at high risk, definitely tell your doctor that you're going to go away. I wasn't high risk, so I didn't tell the doctors anything. I just knew I would be fine. And you go try to travel in your 2nd trimester, and it's okay to travel in your 3rd trimester as long as you're not high risk and you are not in your last 4 weeks. And I got this information from whattoexpect.com and thebump.com, so they're really credible websites, and you could definitely check them out on your own. So stay tuned for the pictures, and thank you for watching.